Hello and welcome home. This is Coming Home with Mama T. I'm your host, Tiara, aka Mama T, and on this podcast, we explore the journey of living the life of our desires through mastering manifestation, maintaining a positive mindset, and living luxuriously. And today, I want to talk to you about financial freedom. It's something that's been rolling around in my mind for a while, and I really want to talk it out with you because I really think our perspective on money is bullshit. 100%. I know for myself, I would get into a place of I'm going to be financially free when I have $1 million in my bank account. I had this huge number to go after in order to consider myself financially free. But when I really look at my life, when I really look at the experiences I'm having, what I am creating for myself, I can't help but think, you know what? Why am I not already financially free? Why am I not already seeing myself as free? And considering the fact that I'm going on vacations, I am, hanging out with my friends, I'm going to bars, I'm going out to eat at nice places, I am, eating organic foods, I'm buying the brown eggs, I'm doing these things. So obviously I have a lot of accoutrement that would say that I am financially free. So why don't I believe I am financially free? So I want to get our mindsets in a place where we can say, you know what, we can be realistic about our life. We can actually look at the facts and change our perspective, right? So I feel like when we are in a place where we're I'm in alignment, I am financially free, more financial freedom shows up for me. So as I've been kind of sliding the scale of understanding my financial freedom, I realize that more money or more opportunities for things just show up for me. And the idea of it has to be direct liquid assets that are flowing into our mind is number one thing to shift, right? Because we're financially free even if somebody else is providing something for us, because in theory everything is provided for us through some sort of energy, entity, person, place, or thing, right? It's just how are we receiving it. And sometimes I know for me, I've gotten caught up with I am slowly looking at the cash that is coming into my bank account and not paying attention to, this person might have bought me a drink, and this person might have done this, and this person might have done this, and this person might have done whatever. And that's all still opportunities. This person somehow got a free stay at a really nice hotel and invited me to show up, or this person got a membership to Spotify, real true story, Spotify, and had an opportunity to share with a family plan and ask me to be a part of it. These are things that I have received, and while it's not necessarily dollars in my bank account, it still has a dollar value to it. Therefore, it is receiving a financial benefit, right? So this is something I want you to think about. So what are you receiving across the globe? Did someone buy you dinner? Did someone give you a cookie? Did someone give you, a free shot at the bar? Did someone give you this, that, and the other? Did someone pay for you to travel somewhere at some point, sometime? Yeah. Even if it didn't turn into actual finances in your bank account, that's still a valuable experience that you got to have, and therefore creating a freedom for you, an experience for you, especially if you enjoyed it, right? So this is how I am shifting my mind to understanding that I am rich, right? I am rich, and there's no way that you can argue that I'm not rich, because look at my stories, look at my Instagram stories, look at my stories on Mama T on Facebook if you're a Facebook person. Look at my life. You can't tell me I'm not rich. I did not just spend a whole, day doing wellness things yesterday on top of this beautiful luxury apartment complex where I got leg compression thingamajig, a hour-long yoga session, ice plunges, saunas, a chair massage, all of these things for free. I experienced something amazing for free, but the dollar value to it, one, the experience cost money to be a part of, but I luckily was able to get a discount code, and I'm thankful for that. So there we go. That was an experience of financial value. All the little things that happened at that experience could or might have do have a value to it. So if I were to like equate all the things, and I got a goodie bag. So if I was to actually like line item everything, like yesterday was probably worth, I don't know, a couple $100. Yeah. The experience for me was enlightening and fun, and I met people and got to hear conversations about learning about like business and EFTs and all this kind of stuff. Like a lot of fun and amazing networking went down, so the value of that goes up. Yeah. So when we look at it from that perspective, even though cash didn't go into my pocket, like knowledge is power, knowledge is money, honey. I've learned something, I've created connections. This is a valuable experience for me. So it is an investment. It was an investment of my time, but what came out of it and the results of it are bigger than that. Yeah. So in that moment, like living that life, like I am rich. And the more we can say I am rich, the more richness it just has to show up for us. That's the energy of the world. That is the energy of the universe. I know that I get caught up. I used to get caught up. Let's switch that up. It's past tense, because I like I said, I'm rich, right? So I used to get caught up about like, well, I can't call myself financially free because I don't have $1 million sitting in my bank account. I don't even have 6 figures, like liquid assets just chilling in my bank account. So obviously I am not financially free, because I have to think about whether or not I want to buy the thing that I'm thinking about buying. But what I've noticed for myself is the thing that I'm thinking about buying, if I really, really wanted it, I would just buy it. The experience that I'm thinking about having, if I really, really wanted it, I would figure out a way. It would just happen, right? Back in 2017, was that 2017? I don't know. Whatever day it was. Back in the day, we went to Thailand. And at the time, I like saw myself as like not having any money, not like, failing at my wine business, doing all these things, or at least not at where I wanted to be with my wine business, all of these things. I had all of this self-doubt wrapped around my money belief and my money story. I'm not making enough money, especially surrounded by people that were, consistently making twice the salary that I did. I'm like, man, I should have been an engineer. And I know I shouldn't, because that's not what I wanted and I wouldn't be happy. So here we go. But with that being said, I had this like thought running into my head that I'm not good enough, I'm not making enough money, I am poor, not I am poor, but like, I'm struggling, was my self-talk around my finances. However, even with that mindset, I still made it 11 days to Thailand. I figured it out. I made it happen, right? Because I wanted to do it. And so I know for myself, the things that I actually truly want to do, I'm not missing out, I'm not having FOMO over, I'm going to make happen. It's going to figure itself out. And you know what? Everything is always working out for me, because when I do those things and I show up for the thing that I really desire to experience, it all works out. The money doesn't become an issue. Like, it all figures itself out, whether it goes on a credit card and I pay it off later, or whatever happens, or somebody randomly, I win something that gives me $500, or who knows what happened. Maybe something happens and they're doing a promo and they're like, oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. If you post on social media, then you get an extra night free, whatever. Just random things will show up and show out, and in a magical way, blessings are flowing when we allow them to flow. When we just say, you know what, I don't know how it's going to be done. We are going to make a way out of no way. It happens. It shows up. So what is the story that we're going to tell ourselves? How are we going to tell ourselves and trust ourselves in being financially free? For me, I am shifting that mindset. I am looking at the facts that are of the things that are going on in my life. Like, I just broke down what happened yesterday. Like, I am looking at that and I'm saying these things over and over and over to myself. I went out this weekend and we went to this really nice sushi spot, and we did a couple of other things, and a friend of mine had paid for it all, but paying them back on Venmo like we do. Different people want to get points on the credit cards, and we just kind of alternate, right? And for a long time, I would be like, oh, I can't upfront the money. That was my mindset. It was just like, even if the money was in my bank account, I was just like, I can't upfront it. I can't be that person. But recently I told myself, I am rich. I'm going to be that person. I'm going to be that person that has the money, that's going to like afford it, throw it down, and then, send people Venmo requests or Cash App or whatever it is that people want to do. And I'm going to get that money back, and it's going to be fine. And it's all going to work out for me. Right. And so, I have done it in the past, and I had like a little nugget left in my Venmo. And so yesterday, when a bunch of like requests came through, I was like, all right, cool, paid. Like, doesn't even matter. I don't even know. It's like, I don't even know how much money I spent, but I do know that there's still money in my Venmo. So like, hashtag girl math. If I had money in my Venmo, then it didn't come out of my real bank account, then that means yesterday was free. This weekend was free to me. Or, so like, that was just kind of, if you're not familiar with girl math, it's this idea that like, if I returned an item that was like $100, and now I have $100, and then I see two more items that I can buy and it's less than $100, and obviously then what I've just bought was free or something like that. Like, ways that we kind of like tell ourselves that, well, if no more money is coming out of my bank account, then that is free, right? Or if I pay cash for it versus paying it out with my debit card, then it's free. Because we kind of like compartmentalize, or at least I do compartmentalize my financial sources. So if it's not literally my bank account, then it doesn't exist. It's monopoly money is kind of how I look at it. And I'm sure that's not like the most financially savvy or whatever mindset, but it helps me to feel rich, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. I am sorry for this plane flying overhead, but that is life in downtown Los Angeles. And it's a helicopter, not a plane. Anyways, magic is happening all around, and I'm okay with it. So with that, fun stuff. I look at the facts. I'm really like leaning into, what are the facts of my life? What are the facts of life? Facts of life. I'm old enough to know that. Nick at Night. Anybody else? Anyways, when I look at the facts of my life, there's no denying that I am rich. And I want you to get into this mindset of looking at your life and seeing the blessings that are happening and seeing the magic that is happening for you, so that you can start having that mindset of being rich as well. Yeah? It doesn't mean that you have to live like crazy luxurious and doing, all the things that I've described for my life. I'm bougie like that. It can be like looking at the richest. Perfect example. So there is this woman that I follow on Instagram. I think it's Lily Lou something. I can't remember. But she does a lot of cooking videos. Like, a lot of her stuff is just cooking videos, and she'll be like, hey, all right, we're gonna make a sourdough brownie or whatever, and like adding all these different ingredients, and then she'll be like, add a teaspoon of vanilla, 2 if you sexy. And I just love it. And she has like an amazing southern accent, and so she's doing all this stuff. But they like live on a farm. It's kind of homesteady kind of vibes. I don't know a whole lot about her because I just like maybe recently in the last couple of months started following her. So I don't know her full story, but I remember watching just like a compilation of their weekend. Like she had taken a bunch of videos and made one video for a reel. And in the comments, people were like, oh my gosh, this is what rich really looks like. And they are in their backyard. They have a lake in their backyard. They're, playing with the chickens and doing all this stuff, but they're living kind of a very self-sufficient lifestyle, which is something that I'm leaning more into and learning about, is like how to have like a balance between like self-sufficiency, thus the veg, but also, having the mainstream life or whatever. Like I still like being able to like walk to my bars and clubs and community, but in the future I'm looking towards having my own plot of land where we're doing, and I'll have my community, because we'll be having I don't know, yurts, or I doubt yurts, more like a resort is what we're looking at, right? But people are going to be constantly there, so I don't have to go anywhere to have that community, because it's already set up. That's what we're building, right? But until then, I'm in this sway in between, like creating some self-sufficiency while still experiencing the community and the fun and going out and doing the things. But going back to what she's doing in her life experience, it doesn't necessarily look like, glittery gold and fancy ass 5-star Michelin star restaurants or whatever. No, hers is just living and cooking with quality ingredients and being with family and laughing and enjoying a drink and like just the laughter right there. That's rich. That's amazing. And so the people in the comments are like, this is rich. This is what, the government doesn't want us to see, right? Like we're the media is like forcing us or pushing upon us one ideal of richness and luxury or whatever. And while that can be great and wonderful and magical for those who want to experience it, we have to define what rich is for ourselves. I like the bougie shit. So, that's me. I like having my nails done. I like having my hair done. But you know what? I also DIY a lot of stuff. So, haha, there. There it is for you. But with that, what makes you feel rich? What makes you feel rich? What are you experiencing in your life that is of value to you, that you might not have spent any money on, that you spent very little money on, that you have just manifested, it feels like? Recognize your power, recognize your freedom, and know that you can hold that energy and just watch more things show up to you, even if it's girl math. Even if it feels like girl math, and you don't have to make sense of it. It's fine. It's great. It's magic. And with that, I encourage you to bring more magic into your life through mastering your mindset. So sign up for the Activate Your Inner Shift meditation series if you have not already. That'll help you with activating the mindset that you need to see your financial freedom. I encourage you to sign up for the home membership community, where like-minded individuals like myself will help support you in living an extraordinary life. You're going to get group coaching led by me, moi, twice a month. You're going to get a movement session once a month. You're going to get a ritual once a month. You can participate in anything that you would like to participate in. Especially highly recommend the group coaching. If you don't do anything that's a part of the community, the twice a month group coaching, that's what I really want you to lean into, because that's where you're going to get the strategy and the mindset shifts and tweaks to better align with the life that you are trying to create yourself. Align yourself with being the version of yourself that lives out the life that you are creating for yourself, and getting some strategies over there. If you're not into the woo-woo things, you don't have to participate in the ritual, but that's something that I love and I'm excited about. So I want to invite you to be a part of that experience if that's something that you are looking into doing. And then, of course, there is the one-on-one mentorship packages where we can deep dive into utilizing all the different modalities that I am a master of to share with you on helping you on this journey and creating an extraordinary life. And with that, ta-ta for now.